If they ask the T accounts, it's always easiest for me to start with the asset disposal and then do the rest. So let's do the asset disposal. And the first thing I want to see is I want to see the date that I sold this thing. And they say it's the 31st of December. So immediately I write 31st December on both sides. Then I go, what did I sell? Oh, a vehicle. So I know this side will be vehicle, accumulated depreciation on vehicle, and then I see I sold it for cash, so it will be back. Right. Now when I look, they say I sold it for cash, 50,000. This vehicle was originally bought for 100. The accumulated on the 1st of July was 32. But I didn't sell it 1st of July. I sold it 31st December. Meaning I still need to calculate the accumulated depreciation. The pro rata depreciation from 1st July till 31st December. I still need to do that. Okay. Now, how do I do that? They say it's on the diminishing balance method, which means I need the carry value. So if I say 100,000 less what? 32,000, I see I have a carry value of 68,000. And 68,000 times 20% times how long did I have this vehicle in this year? Now if I look, can you see 1st July till 31st December is going to give me July, August, September, October, November, December, 6 months. So can you see the pro rata is going to be 6,800. You see it? This is the pro rata. Okay, so I took the opening of the accumulated depreciation and I added the pro rata. In other words, the amount of months that I've had it. And I see this is going to give me 38,800. And now I can calculate a profit or a loss. Now you can see this side is only 88. So it means it's smaller than this side. So I'm going to balance here loss on asset disposal. Okay. I can do it one of two ways. I can say 100,000 less 38,800 gives me a carry value of, is that right? No, not the one. 61,200. I only got 50,000, so I made a loss of 11,200. Another way I can do it is I just say 100,000 less 38 less 50, and I see, oh, I'm going to short 11 on this side, so it's a loss because asset disposal is a plus minus. Is everybody sharp with this? So I now know this carry value is going to be my disposal at carry value. So I immediately put it in. If, and I'm telling you this, if I didn't ask you the T account, but only the note, please go, write for me 100,000 less, and see how I write it. I write less the 32, less the 68. Because this will be a tick, this will be a tick, this will be maybe a tick or even maybe two ticks. And then you get a principal. Okay, so please show it like that. It's easier for me to mark. And when it's easier for the person who marks to mark, it's easier for you to get the mark. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Because now say for instance you worked out the 6/8 wrong, you got 5,000, and you just say 100 less 37,000, then that's going to be wrong because it's not the right answer. It should be 38,800. You see? So that's how you lose a mark then. Next thing. Now I need to complete. So the easiest thing to do is your cost price. Now, so I say vehicle started with 500. Is there any addition? No. There is a disposal. So in the end I'm going to say that 500 less the 100, meaning I've got 400 left. Everybody with me? Ne? Accumulated at this stage is 120, which gives me 380. Okay. Anybody with a problem there? Nothing. You guys all still with me? Need to do this depreciation here. So I need, please stop talking, snow. The salt, the new and the old. So the first thing I do is I go look at the months. The salt one, I had 6 months. I don't have a new one. The old one, I have 12 months. Can you see? I'm going to do 2 calculations. Right, because I'm not going to calculate the new one. So the salt one, do you agree with me? I already calculated it. So you're just going to transfer that 6/8. So you're going to say the depreciation is 6/8 plus, ne? So already there you're going to get a mark. And now I need to do the old one. Now remember, I want the carry value of the one that didn't sell. Okay? So you agree with me that if I look here, that 5,000, that one there is the one that I didn't sell and the one that I sold all together. So now you agree with me, if I want to calculate the depreciation, I can't take the 380. Ne? I have to take out the asset that I sold, because the asset that I sold I already calculated. Now look at what you're going to do. Please pay attention. You're going to take the carry value, the start of the year, right? That 380. That one. And then you're going to subtract the carry value of the asset disposal, the start of the year, because this is the start of the year. Okay? So if I go look, what was the carry value of the asset disposal, the start of the year? Can you see it was that 68? Does everybody see where I'm getting this from? Okay? So I'm going to subtract that 68. So I take the carry value, opening balances, of the total less the disposal. Okay. And now how much do I get? I get 312. So 312 times 20% gives me 62,400. Okay. So the 62,400 is what I calculated here. And now I have my depreciation. And my depreciation would be 69, anybody? 69, 200. Okay. Yes, questions? Okay, so let me record this. The purpose of this 61,200 is to take out the asset that I sold. I want to take it out completely. But the depreciation, I want to show the depreciation of the assets for when I add it. And if you agree with me, if I look at my financial year, on the 1st of July, I had vehicle 1 and vehicle 2. I had both those vehicles. Say we sold vehicle 2. I only sold vehicle 2 on 31st December. So vehicle 2 I had for 6 months. So that depreciation, even though I sold the vehicle and I don't have it anymore the end of the year, because the end of the year I only have vehicle 1 left, I did depreciate for 6 months, and I did maintain for 6 months, and I did throw petrol for 6 months, and I have to show that expense. So vehicle 2 I'll show for 6 months, and vehicle 1 I'll show for 12 months. But both of them form part of the expense of depreciation. Everybody shocked? So now I get my carry value. So let's block and top. If I block and top, 62 less, can you see it's going to be a minus? How much?
130,400.
So 380 less 130 gives me 260. Less 400 gives me 140. And I can go check that. If I asked you to do the T for accumulated, if I did the T for accumulated, accumulated depreciation, we had an opening of 120, a disposal of 38.8, and a depreciation of 69.2. And if I balance that, do I get 140? Doesn't make sense. Something's wrong somewhere.
Your total value at the end of the year. Isn't it 380 minus 130,400?
Ah, that must be a 600.
No, it's 249,600.
Okay, 249,600.
Yes.
And this is then?
150,400.
400,
Yes.
not 600.
No,
It's 400.
it's 400.
Okay, then still we have a problem here. Okay. Let's work on a simple example. I'm not going to use this big figures. Okay? So, I've got accumulated depreciation. Let's say I had 2 vehicles, and they are exactly the same. Exactly the same. So, I had a balance here of 100 Rand, meaning vehicle 1 had accumulated and vehicle 2 had accumulated. Right. Let's say I depreciate every year 10 Rand. That's my depreciation every year per vehicle. Okay. Right? Now, if I sold vehicle 2, can you see your depreciation is not going to be 10? It's only going to be 5. Does that make sense? And for vehicle 1, it would be 10. Are you with me? Can you see that depreciation goes to the expense T account, depreciation, 15 Rand accumulated, because that's my expense. Now I take out the vehicle that I sold, the accumulated depreciation of the asset disposal. Right. Now what was vehicle 2? It was the 50 plus the 5. So it gives me 55 that I'm taking out. That 55 I take to the asset disposal. Can you see the 55 has got nothing to do with the depreciation? Because now when I go to note 3, the asset disposal, I'll take this cost price less the 55 to give me the carry value in note 3. It will give me this one here, the disposal at carry value. But the depreciation, I want to see my expense of depreciating for this year. And because I sold this vehicle, I didn't calculate the whole year. I only calculated for the months I've had the vehicle. Does that make sense? Are you fine now? You sure? Yes.
I'm not understand why you at the depreciation, why you at the, I think, 8,000, which is like the carry value.
No, it's not. The 6.8. The 6.8 is the pro rata depreciation. So remember, when I calculate depreciation, I want the sold one for this year, which was that 6.8. I don't have a new one, and then I calculate the old one. So whatever the old one was, I have to add.
So you take the depreciation of that, not the.
You sharp?